welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name is Rebecca, and today we are going to be going through the new Jura J8. This is a brand new machine from Jura. It has a bunch of really awesome upgrades and super cool features that they haven't introduced to any of their machines before. Some of the new features of this machine are the sweet foam applicator, and you have an upgraded grinder as well. So this machine has the ability to produce some sweet foam. So it's syrup infused foam for your lattes, your cappuccinos, and all of your milk beverages. And it has the professional aroma grinder too. So it's the upgraded professional aroma grinder. The professional aroma grinder has been around for a little bit now. There's a couple of machines that have that, but this is even more upgraded, so it's even quieter and faster, resulting in a more precise grind size. You also have a little bit of a guide on the back of the grinder. So where your grind size selection is, it's going to tell you whether you are getting more intense or more mild with your flavor. When you're pouring your beverage as well, the machine's also going to indicate whether or not you should be using the more intense grind size or whether you should be using the more mild grind size. So that's really amazing. We're going to go through all of those features and we're going to see them in action and use them, but let's also go through what came in your box and what comes with this machine when you're opening it up and getting started. So of course, the machine will come in the box. So this unit either right now comes in what's called midnight silver, which looks like this. It's really sharp. It's a little bit different than their moonlight silver, which was a more traditional silver look and a little glossier. And this one is a little sparkly and a little bit more gray. And then it also comes in the piano black. May come out with more colors, but that's what's available right now. Price point for both of them is around $3,500. So the midnight silver for Canadian is sitting around $35.95, and the black is about $100 less, so $34.95. So a little bit of a price jump from some of the other models, but justified with the upgrades that they've done. So yes, you get the machine in the box, whichever color you have purchased. You get some cleaning supplies, so you get your milk cleaning tablets, which is fantastic. You get your first cleaning tabs, so these are the ones that go down the bypass chute, not descaling. You get a scoop, so this is going to be for your bypass chute. And then of course you get your manual in there too, so there's 3 different languages that are offered. You get a water test strip to test your water hardness for when you're setting up the machine. You get this, which is for running through the cleaning cycle for the milk. And then you also get, well, this is removed right now because I have the syrup container in, but you get the syrup container. So we have it installed right now, but if I were to remove it, I'm trying to be very careful because there's sticky syrup in here. You would have your normal frother that the Juras always have. Yeah, you've seen those before if you've watched any of our Jura videos, but the sweet foam is super fun and exciting, so I'm going to leave that up here. Bean hopper as well is up top. So it's about a 280 gram bean hopper just up there. It's a really nice silver cover that comes with it too. It's not metal like the S8, it is plastic, but it's not the clear plastic, so it's quite nice. I think it's about a 2-liter reservoir just located on the side. And then you also get the water filter with the machine. So Jura has upgraded their water filters in the last little bit. And as long as you are replacing your water filter, you should not need to descale, unless you have like really crazy hard water, in which case we would recommend maybe using some other type of water. But yes, you get your water filter with it. It takes the Claris Smart Plus filter, which those are the upgraded filters, supposedly more hygienic. You also get in this machine, which is so fun, you get the Wi-Fi Connect and it comes already installed. So you can very easily and quickly just download the app and you're ready to connect. So the Wi-Fi Connect is so awesome. It's way better than the Bluetooth Connect because you can have multiple people connected at one time. Whereas with the Bluetooth, you can only have just like one person, and then you'd have to disconnect to reconnect and all of that fun stuff. Another upgrade with this machine, you've got what's called Coffee Eye. So that is going to recognize not only that you have a mug placed underneath the spouts, but what size of mug you have placed. So if you have like a teeny tiny little espresso mug, it's not going to let you brew the large lattes or the large americano. So it's you're not gonna run the risk of like overflowing your cup or accidentally pressing the wrong button, and so it's quite nice. I'm gonna power up this machine. We've only used it like a handful of times, so we're kind of going through this together, but let's power it up and go through the drink menu, some of the other settings and everything like that on this machine. So it is a Jura, so it's basically once I hit the power button, it's going to be ready to go. It's gonna heat, give itself a rinse out of the coffee spouts. So on the front, you've got your coffee spouts if you're brewing any kind of just coffee beverage, so espresso, espresso doppio, americano, coffee, like it's gonna come out of the center here. You've got a hot water spout located just in the center, which will be utilized for your americano, which is fantastic. And then you've also got on the side your milk side. So if you're doing latte, cappuccino, anything that has a steamed milk in it, it's going to come out of this side. You may also notice that this frother is, well, it's back. So they used to use a frother of this style on some of their older machines. I haven't seen it on a machine in quite a while. The only other machine right now that we carry that has a frother that is adjustable is the S8. So this, you have a foam option or you have no foam option. So we're gonna test both of those and see how it does. We're gonna make a couple of different beverages. Obviously wanna use the syrup in there. I've got vanilla bean in there right now, so that should be pretty tasty. But let's go through the menu and see what kind of beverages this machine offers us. So you can see on the front that some of these have S beside them. That's going to mean sweet. So it's going to utilize the syrup that's in there. So we've got sweet, 1 portion milk foam, sweet latte, coffee, flat white, espresso. Let's see our second page. Hot water, americano, latte macchiato, regular milk, cappuccino. Then you've also got on the third screen, cortado, espresso doppio, so grind in, brew twice, lungo, so a long espresso, espresso macchiato, cafe latte, and then you've got your rotary menu here as well. So these are some of the classic beverages that you'll see. You can customize this screen as well, so you can move things around, maybe have less screens if you wanted, or just have one screen if you're only using a handful of the beverages. So let's go through those that are back there too though. Espresso, coffee. So coffee is going to be, it's a little similar to a lungo, but it's a little bit longer. Americano, we've got lungo there as well, espresso doppio. So it looks like it might be repeating, but this sounds like maybe it's just your classics menu, so it's not including any of the sweets. So that's kind of interesting and makes a lot of sense because you've got so many options to customize your beverages now. Okay, and there's 16 extra options in here. So we've got hot water and then hot water for green tea. So two different temperatures for your hot water, which is fantastic.
The sweets were in that menu.
Yeah?
Yep, that's the right after.
Oh, 1 portion sweets, huh? And sweet latte, okay. Well, that might be because up top, you've got S, the bean, the double, and the scoop. So what all of those means, if I press the S, any beverage that has a milk option in it, so flat white, cortado, macchiato, is going to allow you to add the sweet foam. So I'm assuming that you might be able to save those options if you wanted to and like have those on the screen, which is kind of cool. The bean is going to add an extra shot of espresso into your beverage. So you'll see that white bean populate onto the beverage that it can, that you can use that function on. The double cup is going to brew a beverage twice, but it's only going to do it for espresso beverages or coffee beverages, so no milk beverages. So only applicable to espresso, coffee, and things like that. And then we have the bypass. So that is going to allow you, it's going to notify the machine that you're using the bypass chute. That can be utilized on any beverage except for the espresso doppio because it's grinding more coffee. Under behind the machine, you've got your drip tray and you've got your grounds container, and I just got a bunch of water all over the countertop there. Grounds container, drip tray. And this machine has the HP3 frothing system, not the HP1. So if you're looking at this machine and wanting to purchase some accessories, just something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm gonna make a sweet latte because I'm super intrigued. I wanna see how this works. Haven't made a sweet latte on this machine before. Check that I have enough beans in there, and I do. And I know that I've got enough water. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a glass because I actually have one this time, and grab some milk, which I have. Traditional with Jura, milk is in an external container, and then the machine will suck up the milk, foam it, and spit it out into my mug. So very easy, very simple operation. So you just have to basically make sure that your cup is where it needs to be and that you have enough milk in there, and then select the beverage that you want to make. So I'm going to go to my first screen, which is where I think my sweet latte was, and I'm going to turn off that I'm using a bypass chute. This one is a pre-programmed sweet beverage, but I could utilize the sweet function on any of my drinks if I wanted to that have milk in it. So I'm going to click that. I have already done this. I already have all of that inserted with my syrup in there. I'm going to click next, make sure that it is in the milk foam position, which it is. Click next and set the grind consistency to mild. I'm gonna do what the machine tells me to do. However, I definitely like a stronger coffee flavor, but I'm just following the instructions of the machine. You could absolutely skip that portion and you don't have to change your grind size. You're changing your grind size while the grinder is off, which is, again, like not something that we normally recommend doing. So, kind of funny. And on most of the Jura machines as well, you do need to be changing the grind size while grinding. So it's interesting that they've taken that away and now you're changing your grind size while you are not grinding, right before you're making your beverage. So you can see the milk is mixing with the syrup. We're doing about 12 seconds of milk. I'm gonna put it up just a tad. 14 seconds is usually pretty good for me. Okay. So that's really cool. It doesn't smell overly sweet, and you can still tell that my crema is intact. Oh my gosh. That's really good. That's really, really good. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Delicious. Amazing. Mixed so well. It's not like really, really foamy, but I did choose latte, so maybe the cappuccino makes it foamier. And very, very simple. It doesn't hold a ton of syrup. So if you were making multiple beverages for people kind of back to back, then you would need to refill it. And it looks like the milk is kind of sitting in there. So it says, please follow the instructions. Please remove the syrup attachment. Whoop. Okay, click next. I need to put on my milk spout. Okay, that's it. Okay. So you can see that there's milk kind of mixed in here with the syrup. So I'm not entirely sure what you're supposed to do with this afterwards, but I guess it is what it is. Maybe I put a little bit too much syrup in there, but it didn't taste overly sweet. I guess you would just kind of give this a wash. Okay, interesting. It's a really good latte. Fantastic. The grinder was quite quiet. Kind of strange that you are going to be changing the grind size while the grinder is off, right before you're brewing. But I do appreciate the thought that goes into the flavor profile while making the beverage. So that's kind of interesting, and we're gonna experiment more with that too and make a couple more beverages. So let's do just an Americano. I'm an Americano drinker, so let's see what it prompts me to do for that. Use my coffee eye. Do you see that pop up? That was awesome. I love that. Okay.
Can you do it again?
Yes. You didn't get
Where
it?
did it pop up?
Coffee eye. Whoop, whoop. Amazing. Okay. And let's click Americano. I've got Colombian beans in here for anybody that's wondering for a change, because it's always the same. And we're going to, okay, turn it over to intense. And I'm going to put my coffee strength all the way up. So yeah, I noticed that you have to move the grinder pretty quickly. So if you just turn it like one notch, it's going to register that you're turning it like one notch. So once you kind of get into the intense zone, if you're one notch, like it doesn't recognize the number, it seems like it recognizes the range. So just be cautious of that when you're making those adjustments, that you are turning it to where the grind size that you want it to go at. So 3 ounces of espresso. It seems like a lot, but it is what it is. I'm not changing anything really. I'm gonna up this though to 3 ounces, save that. Like that they've kept with the Americano option on the machines, because it's such, that customers really, really love that. A lot of people are Americano drinkers, and the flavor profile that you get from an Americano, I'm gonna save this. Okay, now my settings are saved. So super simple. Most Jura machines have this option on them, that if you've customized a beverage and you wanna save those preferences, that you can. So I set my grind size to the intensity side. So I'm on grind size number 6 out of 7. My creme is a little mild. I'm curious if my old grind size is kind of sitting in that grinder still, because on a lot of machines, mostly the more manual machines or a semi-automatic machine, you do need to kind of purge out that grinder to get to that new grind size. And we do tell customers as well that when you change your grind size, it won't be necessarily the next beverage that is the correct grind size. You're still gonna have some of those old grinds in there. So I'm wondering if that's true to this as well. Are some of my old grind sizes sticking in my burrs and making it not be a true grind size number 6, but maybe a mixture of where we were at before, which was, I think, around like a 3 or 2 mixed in with some of the 6. So it's not as intense as maybe I would have wanted or intended it to be. It's still gonna be good though. It's from a Jura machine with PEP technology and the professional aroma grinder too. So it's still gonna be like a good cup of coffee, but it was just something to think about. It's good. It's very smooth, but it is a little mild. That could be because of the amount of water that I put through the espresso, though I do normally do a 2 ounce plus about 4 ounces of water. So my total amount of water in the espresso is still around the same. Yeah, it's milder than I thought it was going to be. And I think it's because I had some of those old grind sizes in. I kind of want to take a look and see what my puck looks like. So, oh yeah, yep, for sure. Definitely have some of the coarser grind size in there, mixed in with some of the fine. So you can see it on the bottom of my puck there. In the middle, I've got some coarser grinds. The outside looks finer. Yeah, so you've got kind of an uneven mixture in there. So, interesting. It's still a really, really awesome cup of coffee, and I'm being very particular and, you know, pretty particular, maybe a little picky, but yeah. So, I mean, all in all, I really like this machine. The biggest thing for me is that sweet latte. That was like so delicious. The right amount of sweetness. I like how you're changing the grind size to get the most out of that beverage. It's a little strange, I think, that you are changing it before while it's not grinding, because you do end up with some of those old grind sizes in your next beverage. Something to keep in mind. Again, that's me being a little picky. The touchscreen is super easy to use and interactive. I like that you can add the sweet option to any drink and it's not just on one. I like that they've added in, or kept, I guess, because they've started adding this option to a couple of their machines, the extra shot option. The coffee eye is fantastic. That's a really, really great feature, and it's gonna help a lot of people at home. I know it's gonna help us here, but I do wish that it was on this side too, since it is such a milk forward machine, but still very cool. I like that they've kept the Americano option. They have all of your beverages in 2 locations. You can save all of your drinks. Cleaning options are very easy on the machine. It looks fantastic. It's not very large either. So you're at about 16 inches in depth, about 13.5 inches high, which is pretty standard. You're usually anywhere from like 13 to 14 with a home espresso machine. And you're about 1 foot in width. So it's pretty decent size. The midnight silver is gorgeous, like a really, really nice color. Loving that for sure. Yeah, all in all, really, really great. I like that they added some coloring on the grinder as well at the back. So it's a more visual way for people to imagine how their espresso should taste. So from 1 to 4, you've got a lighter color, and then from 5 to 7, you've got a darker brown, which is great. The nice, not clear plastic cover for the grinder is great. And of course, this upgraded grinder, I noticed a difference in the flavor of the coffee. I really did. So it's a lot quieter, it's faster. The professional aroma grinder is still fantastic, but it's always great to upgrade. So yeah, all in all, really, really great machine. Comes with the Wi-Fi Connect, amazing. That's like over $100 by itself or something like that, so fantastic. Yeah, really love this machine. It's just launching, so you'll start seeing it around, and yeah, let us know what you think about this machine. Let us know if you've got any questions about this machine. It does have a 2-year warranty through Jura, so just something to make note about. If you're kind of local to us, the service center is close by. Leave us a comment down below if you liked this video. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow us on all of our social media channels, and check out our blog as well, where we post a ton of awesome coffee knowledge content. Thanks guys, see you next time.